Wouldn't it be cool to see other inReach users on a map, maybe on your device or on your phone that's connected to an inReach, or even send out group messages to everyone just like you're all talking on walkie-talkies? Well, if you have a Garmin inReach consumer plan, which is the regular plan, you can certainly do those things. So for everyone who wants to share, you're going to want two different pieces of information. First is the inReach device address, and if you go to the Explore website under My Info Contacts, on the right-hand side here, you can see your inReach address. It'll look like an email address with the inReach.Garmin.com. Grab that, and then go into your Messenger account and go to your account and grab the phone number associated with your Messenger account. You'll need this if you want to do a group messaging, but if you just want to do inReach to inReach, you don't need this. Then once everyone has these two pieces of information for the other people in your party, make sure that that is synced to the devices before you go out in the field. One other handy thing you're going to want to do on the Explore website is make sure that you have share a link of your location. That will allow you to share your location with the other inReach users and have them navigate to you or plot you on a map if need be. I'll show you that in a minute or two. Now, the first one I'll show you is inReach to inReach communication. All you're going to do on your device is look for the icon with the little IR. That is the inReach address, which we synced earlier. And if you type a message out and send it to that inReach recipient, that will send the message from your inReach to their inReach directly wherever they may be. Also worth noting that you can use an inReach address as a recipient of a preset message or a check-in message, one and the same. So that's handy as well. If you want to send a message to multiple inReach accounts, you can select multiples from here, but it works a little bit like an email blast. You'll send it here and it'll go out to each individually. It'll count as an individual message to each one of them. And if they reply directly back to you, not as the group. Now, if you want to do a true group message, you have to go into the Messenger app on your phone. You can't do it from a device, and not all devices are compatible. I'll put a link to the Garmin support article underneath this that shows which ones are. But you're going to go into the Messenger app, do a new message, and you're going to select multiple recipients up here. Now, intuitively, you might think the inReach address is the one you want to select, but it's not. Don't select the inReach address. You have to select the phone number that we picked earlier from the Messenger account. So use the phone number that we had earlier that we got from the Messenger accounts, and then you can do the group message. Up to 5 people can be on the group message. And the way it works is if you send a group message and other people reply, it'll be a true group message just like it would be on a normal texting app where we have multiple people chiming into the thread. If you try to use a non-messenger address like an email or a Garmin inReach address, it'll go out as a post, and a post is essentially like a one-way email blast like we mentioned before, where it just gets sent out to everyone, and if they reply, it just comes back to you. All right, lastly, if we want to see other people's locations, since we enabled the location sharing before, all we have to do is when we go to a message, just bring up that location. And if you have a device that has routable maps on it, like the GPS Map 67i, which I have right here, if we click on the message and then we click into it, it'll have a location if we go over to this tab. And that's really just a waypoint. So we could drop a waypoint there, or we can click on the location and hit go, and that will take us however we choose our routing to be, whether it's on trails or roads, whatever it might be. That will route us to that other person's address. So that's a very powerful tool. If we have in Garmin inReach, or you have a device, if you have a Garmin Mini or a device that doesn't have maps on it, you can do the same thing. If you click into the message and then we click on navigate, that will give us a straight line to that place. It won't navigate us on roads because there are no maps on here that have routes. It'll just give us a straight line to the other inReach user's position. And if you're on something like a Messenger and that doesn't have any navigation whatsoever, and you're clicking on a location, if you have the Garmin Explore app on your phone, it'll bring that location up in Garmin Explore, and then you can use Garmin Explore to plot a course to that other location or leave a waypoint there, whatever you want to do. I do recommend, if you're using Explore, to download the maps, offline maps beforehand, and then you'll be able to navigate with your phone using the position from the other inReach device. If you have any tips on using your Garmin inReach in a group, please leave it in a comment under the video. I'm sure it'll be helpful for other people looking for information. And if you have a question about any of this, leave it in a comment as well. I will do my best to answer it. And a big thank you to everyone who supports this channel. Nothing here was given to me for free by Garmin, not a free plan, no free units. So this is completely independent and honest, and it's done with the help from supporters like you. So thank you so much for that. And if you want a more amped up version of what I showed you, check out my video on inReach Professional. It's a plan basically set up for groups and organizations and has a little bit more of a robust feature set if you're using your inReach in a group. So check that out and stay safe out there, and I'll see you out on the trails.